S&P. Oh gosh, just sending it. This should have some of you guys on a little edge. This you go to rip your face off rally if you want. We're sending this thing. That was the biggest bear trap looking back I think I've ever seen. Talk about a stop hunt, get Winnie the Pooh excited, and then rip his face off. I don't want to get demonetized, but whoever did that to the bears, you guys are cruel. Anyway, so this actually is a very bullish signal, I guess. I mean, buyers are in control. The ball is in the buyer's court. Everything about this is trending up. What has me nervous, again, is what I talked about last night, what I talked about at the beginning of this stream. We're outside the standard deviation again, week after week, back to back. That's a bit that's alarming, right? So most people, you guys are looking at the VIX thinking, oh, look, the VIX is high. And then you think something about that, right? Some of you guys are thinking the VIX is low and you should buy it. And be careful with those thoughts. But right now, I'm talking about volatility, and it has nothing to do with the VIX. I'm talking about you about to get wrecked because the market makers have no idea what's going on in this world. I don't think anybody does. Suck it, Matt the Bear. How many times is it going to get rejected? Daniel, are you talking about Bitcoin? If you say yes, I'll jump back out. Accumulation phase. Beyond charts. Are we talking about Bitcoin? Accumulating Bitcoin? Yeah. Is that what we're talking about? Oh, SPY at 564. How many times is it going to get rejected? Hopefully we're going to reject it next week and not tomorrow. Man. I will say this. If we do hit 2 standard deviations, I will be short over the weekend. Don't let your confidence in me get you in a position you shouldn't be in, because everything about that is trending up. That is a knife catch. I catch knives all the time, like a circus freak. So I would catch that knife knowing full well come Monday morning, if we're just gapping and going again, it's just going to be a loss. It will not faze me in the slightest. Probably... there's no way we just waltz right through that, though. So break down what he's talking about. Now, he's talking about SPY at 564. What I'm breaking down is the SPY futures contracts. This is what drives the order flow into the ETF of SPY, which is why I like to follow this, because this is actually what matters. SPY actually doesn't matter as far as like price action, stuff like that goes. So we hit that, meltdown. Hit this, meltdown, meltdown. We're not going to do it anymore? Just kidding, meltdown. This zone right here is actually pretty ridiculous. This looks like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are like, yeah, we agree. Let's just sell everything when we get up here. If we were to run into that right now, I mean just no pullback, no red, we just freight train our way right there, I would probably have more than most of the people in my group short. Just because I think we would just get a pullback and it'd be cool. I guess what I would look out for is this action. If we see this again, like we hit it, we pull back, kind of bull flagged up and do that again, I would not be expecting this sell-off. At that point, I would be expecting it to break through. Now we're talking about all-time highs, which is weird because everybody said September was going to be red. Remember that chart? Everyone's like, oh, historically, September's red. Red this, red that. September 1st, like first trading day of September, we're red. Ha, I told you so. Sucks to suck, I guess. Because look where we went. Man. Anyway, if you weren't here the first trading day of September where we talked about that happening, just make sure I don't miss any other days. I promise I won't talk like that anymore. Setting up for OCT rally. Bitcoin. I don't know if Bitcoin's in an accumulation phase. I'm just trying to think where we're going to be at tomorrow. Where's our expected move at? We're above all that. Gosh, 2 standard deviations tomorrow puts us at that zone. That's insane. At this point, to be going short or to fight this trend is like literally you parking that car on the train tracks saying, no, the train's going to stop. Like that thing, horn blaring. It's just sliding along the tracks trying to stop, and you're like, don't worry, bro. Trust me. You could get lucky. You could just get absolutely obliterated. This does make it difficult because do you want to just jump in long right here? Not necessarily. That's how you end up buying the peak. But on that same token, the worst thing you can do is buy the peak. If you have your stop managed correctly and you're just kind of playing the trend for now, you're going to get in a much lighter position anyway. And if it continues up, it builds that cushion, you add into it, you kind of lean into it, it ends up being fine. You know, if it turns around, big deal. So what? Like it literally turns around and you tag out. That's going to happen a lot. If you're going to keep doing this, it's going to happen a lot. Don't you see that sideways butter knife on that chart? It's bearish. I'm hoping so. Let's get a Take Profit Friday. I hope whoever is talking tomorrow, Michigan Consumer Sentiment, I hope he comes out in a Chicken Little costume and is like, this time for real, the sky is falling. Right now, it does look like NVIDIA's probably just leading the way. NVIDIA's leading tech. I will be impressed if tech does get above. I made it bright blue. Do we remember why we made this a blue zone? This should be yellow. I will be impressed if we get above this tomorrow. For you bears out there, here's some reassuring stuff. Help you sleep at night. Technically, it's still a lower high. Okay, so in all fairness, this is a rip your face off rally. Bears are still in control, and it's going to melt back down. And then one day you'll wake up. I do have a couple bears, like perma bears, in my chat, so I try to look out for them. Like, what's their bearish case? How can we see things through their eyes? I don't know. I don't think that's, if that's a lower high, it's gonna be like temporarily as we come down here and make a higher low. You know, as we make the bull flag, I would be really careful shorting. I think I think the better play, maybe the better things I should be saying to you guys right now is wait for the dip buy. Hopefully it's tomorrow. Maybe it's next week. Wait for the dip buy and then get in. Because we might just be pricing in a 25 basis point move. Everybody's getting excited. We're starting to get the cuts. It's not 50 points. We're not panicking. You know, if we did 50 basis points, that is the Feds just saying we don't have control. Jesus took this wheel a while back. We're not even sure which wheel he took, but we're on this ride. You know, that's going to be rough. Any put will do. 25 basis points kind of seems a little bit more like in control. For how much you could say that. So I guess what I'm saying is this could just be a buy the rumor, sell the news event kind of thing. Like, we're pricing it all in. Hey, it comes out just like we expected, and then it sells off, and then I have people coming in here on TikTok saying, why did it sell off? That should be a good thing. It's because we already priced that move in. As far as the NASDAQ goes, we're already almost there at 2 standard deviations. How wild is that? Little Russell, the little guy that could, he finally made it to that zone. Look at him go. Not even to the standard deviation. Maybe this is the sell the news situation. So I'm trying to. The reason why I hesitate to even say that, because imagine it's a sell the news situation, and we sell off at the rate decision next week, which I want to say is Wednesday. We'll pull it up right now. Wednesday, Fed rate decision. Okay, so it's Wednesday. Does that mean we run up into Wednesday? Because you know what that looks like chart-wise? We are just blasting through everything. And then we sell the news? Like, that's going to put a level of volatility I don't think some of you guys have ever seen unless you traded back in 2021. That's crazy to me. Someone says, Harris wins. No tariffs on chips. Chips rippy, and green sticks. I just had to read that out loud because of the way you wrote it. What do I think about shorting NVIDIA? Well, here's the thing, is I actually am a full-time trader, so I have to do things that are profitable. If you didn't pick up on that, maybe you're new. There is not the slightest chance you would catch me shorting this thing. I guess I could sell a call spread. You know, I could maybe sell like a 127, 129 call spread. Once we get a little overbought, I sell the call spread. So all it needs to do is not exceed that. It can go up there a little bit. It can go sideways and go down, and I win. It's a bearish play. That's the only way I would short this thing. In other words, don't short NVIDIA.